Oh, it's recording. Oh. Hi, welcome back to the Afro Puffs and Stuff podcast. I'm your host, Jemiah Anderson, and I'm glad you could join me for another segment. As you can tell by the title, today's video is going to be a special type of video. I've never done anything like this. You guys can clearly see I have somebody here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? My name is Ty, and everybody call me Ty Sleazy, and I have a podcast called Sleazy Talk.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all tune in with him. He's going to start it very soon.
Yes, very soon. I need all my equipment.
Yeah, it's like, guys, this is about the 10th time we done try to, film this.
It's okay.
But it's okay though. Yeah, so I've lost my train of thought. So yeah, I chose him specifically because I noticed that he, was posting that he had a podcast, and ever since I decided to start the podcast, I always was just like, I know I want to have somebody on, because I, just spice it up a little bit, just bring people on here and talk about different things and stuff like that. And then the topic specifically, I was like, I really want a black male to, be on the podcast and really talk about this. I mean, it really didn't matter, but because we're talking about black mental health, I just obviously, had to get a black man.
Right.
Because it's like, common sense. But yeah, guys, hope you guys love this video and love this podcast segment. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'm doing a lot better than I was when I first filmed. I mean, obviously I knew that was going to happen, but guys, just bear with me. I'm back at school, so it's kind of hard for me to really post when I want to. But more videos are going to be coming soon when I have, some free time. So just bear with me. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at APNS Podcast. That is, I'm really on every platform in that handle. It'll all be linked down below, his stuff as well. And yeah, so let's just jump into it. So, like I said, I specifically wanted to talk about black mental health because y'all, I had this topic already written, but I really had to really just think about getting it out sooner than later because one is Black History Month and we need to talk about something that's really affected generations. Like, we get, the normal stuff that we talk about during Black History Month, but I feel like black mental health needs to really be put in effect come in this new coming year. Because it's like it's been overlooked. It's not really it's overlooked. It's been overlooked. And then another thing, for the past 2 weeks, I don't know what's been going on, but it's been a lot going on, and I feel like I have a podcast for a reason, so I can be able to talk about things that I really need to talk about and feel like other people are going through. So yeah. So I just want to, ask a question and we can just see if we have the same type of ideas of this question or same type of answers. So why do you think black mental health is really overlooked?
I think mainly because most people. Oh, excuse me. Most people who they were raised with don't really believe in, us having issues like don't have mental health issues or don't have any problems. They just think we be children and just living, and it's not really like that. It's more deeper. We have mental health issues, we can have breakups, we can have trauma, we can have the whole 9 yards. But I'm saying, when are people going to be like, oh, we actually have emotions, we actually have feelings?
Right. And I'm glad you actually said that because literally that's just really the main thing. I think it's like it's really stems down. I really want to stem down to like grandparents, because obviously our parents would know what's from right from wrong if it wasn't for our grandparents, and then our grandparents would know if it wasn't for their parents, and so on and so forth. It's always been that mindset, especially for black people, that I guess we're not allowed to have feelings, or anything that we feel, it shouldn't even be it shouldn't even be displayed. It's like we're just seen to just go through it and just be able to
be okay.
it. Yeah,
and just be okay with it.
And I feel like that's not okay, because at the end of the day, we are all human. I mean, just because we are a different skin color does not mean, and does not disregard the fact that we all don't have a mental, and a lot of things and trauma and all of that can have an effect on it. I don't know. And then specifically, another question I'm going to ask, and then I'll touch on it too, is like, why do you think I know black mental health in general is overlooked, but why do you think specifically black men's mental health is overlooked?
I love this. I love this topic. I'm loving this topic already. Um, Most people don't expect men to have feelings. They expect men to just be that rock and just be, yes, just to be that rock and just not to have feelings, just to for you to put them through something and for them to be okay with it. And most of the time we have feelings and we want to express them, but then we're worried about how we're going to get looked at. It's like, okay, this grown man, especially his feelings, how it's going to look to other people. It's going to make me look vulnerable. It's going to make me look soft to other people. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that goes in the thought of expressing my feelings to somebody, expressing my feelings to a female or not even female, to anybody. So
And I'm actually glad you said that because I was definitely going to touch on vulnerability. Um, Personally, I mean, I know I wouldn't really know, but just seeing it does seem like a, especially for a man, a black man, not just any man, but especially for a black man, it just seems that like I was saying, like we're looked at as we're supposed to be strong, and especially for men because that's just the stereotype. It's like a man isn't supposed to have feelings, a man isn't supposed to cry or share that because, like you said, they feel like they're gonna be vulnerable, and I guess vulnerability and soft or go hand in hand, but I don't think it does because first of all, if you really want to say that you're a real man is
he's going to sit down and lay his feelings out.
yeah, and they're yeah, and yes, and they're going to know that it's okay to be vulnerable because vulnerable doesn't make you soft. Vulnerable makes you a real person, and it makes you know that your feelings are valid and know that if something is hurting you, you should be able to go to people and talk about it. Or you know I don't know, it's weird to me. I don't like I don't like it because for me personally, I'm gonna just speak on how I've seen it. I've seen it, I guess I don't really want to bring this up, but like I guess when I'm talking to a boy, they feel like they can't really like open up and really express. Only had like one person really open up to me and really, just tell me how they felt. But I feel like most dudes really don't feel like they can do that because they feel like they probably had somebody probably tell them like, oh well, you shouldn't be feeling like this, or you're like a sissy, and it's like
sometimes excuse me for interrupting, but sometimes it's not about like somebody telling them. It's about like their visual. Like if I'm seeing my father and we're talking and he don't really talk about his feelings, I'm gonna grasp to that. I'm gonna be like, oh, my dad don't talk about his feelings, so I'm not gonna talk about my feelings. So that's where I really think it comes from. Like it comes from your surroundings and who you be with. Because if none of my friends, if we are friends and we don't tell our feelings to each other, we're not going to anybody else. Mm-hmm. So that's really a big part.
Yeah. I don't. It's like really going deeper because I really don't want to go back to like slavery and say that's the reason, but it's like I don't know. I feel like it needs to be a broader thing that black people like. I feel like first of all, black people need more like counseling available to them. All the same resources that other people have and other people feel comfortable with. I feel like parents should be introducing that to their children. Parents shouldn't be saying, let me go to my notes real quick because I got this, specific things that have been said to me, either me or people that I've known. Like, the common thing is, oh, ain't nothing wrong with you. You haven't even been through life yet. Like those type of comments shouldn't even be made because first of all, just as well as an adult human can go through things, a child that is a human can go through the same exact things.
We might not go through adult things, but as nowadays in this generation, we go through a lot, yes. Especially as black children. We go through a lot and we at a HBCU. So we go through a lot within a day. We go through a lot.
And I feel like it needs to start at an adolescence age because me personally, I'm a big crybaby. If you know me, I'll cry, but I don't like to, and I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because I was just talking about, it's okay to be vulnerable, but it's been times where I didn't want to cry or I didn't want to tell somebody what's wrong because I didn't want them to either judge me or I didn't want them to tell me things that I've already heard, like, well, you'll get over it, you're young, this and that. It's like but then I realized that it's okay to cry. It's okay to let that out. Like I kind of really just realized that maybe like 2 years ago. I know that's crazy to say, but it's like, cause I just never, and then also me personally, I've always been the one to cry. And I just didn't want people to really see me as like I'm soft, because sometimes when I'm crying, it's not, I could be crying for something good, or I could really be crying for something bad. It doesn't, it can variate, but I don't know. I just got to the point where I just felt like crying isn't going to solve everything. But I'm here to tell you, whoever's watching this, it's okay to cry and let those feelings out, because if you don't, all it's going to do is just build up, and then that's going to make you angry, and then hear people saying, oh, there's the angry black woman or the angry black man, whoever. I feel like it's okay to let those emotions out and find somebody that you can really feel comfortable with talking to. Like,
Yes, that really helped me finding people. I have a whole friend group. They know who I'm talking about, that I can just be like, this happened, this happened, this happened, and just lay the whole thing out. And me, I love feedback, so I'm gonna accept all the feedback that I can. You know what I'm saying? To hear each part of the side, each part of the story, and everything. So that really taught me how to start to express my feelings to people. Start in your friend group, or if you have family members that's close to you, start there. Right. It can be either your journal. Start there.
yeah, any outlet. And it was something you just said, and I just had it in my head. I be forgetting stuff so fast. Dang, I literally just forgot. It was something I was gonna say. It'll come back to me, but yeah, find anybody that you can, anything that makes you feel comfortable enough, or somebody that makes you feel comfortable enough. Go to those people and don't feel like you can't tell them what's going on. And another thing, oh yeah, the whole thing of what goes on in my house stays in my house. That has to really go.
It has to really stop.
It has Seriously. To. It has to. Because I know for me personally, there was a lot of things that bothered me, and I felt like I couldn't say because, oh, well, you're breaking the family loyalty or this. It's not about breaking the loyalty. It's about if something is bothering me and I can't come to you, because you come to your parents, you're telling them. It's obviously it's a way to say things, way to come about it. But I should be able to feel comfortable enough with explaining my emotions, explaining my feelings and how I felt in that moment. And we should be able to have a conversation. It shouldn't be well, I'm the parent, you're going to do as I say and this and that. It should be let's sit down, let's have a conversation. I'm good talk, because some parents can really come off as like, they don't know how they come off. It's like you really gotta, like, I don't know, you just really gotta think about like how you say things and what you say, because I feel like a lot of people let stuff go, like let stuff fly by, because it's like, well, I'm the parent. And I feel like it just really stems, it has to start at adolescence. I'm telling you, because if it doesn't, that's how people grow up to become, I'm not saying everybody, but that's how people grow up to become really angry, and that's how a lot of bad things happen, because they never had anybody or an outlet to go to. Y'all, we have a lot on this list, but it's just like I really had to touch on that because a similar situation happened a couple weeks ago, and yeah, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
Let's see. There's a lot of stuff. So how do you feel about how toxicity has become a trend?
Oh, I don't like it. On my other podcast that I still haven't posted yet, that I'm still editing, we talk about how this generation love to be toxic for no reason. You just wake up and choose violence. That's not okay. It's not okay, especially dealing with relationships and dealing with friendships, being toxic and treating somebody bad. It's not good. When are you gonna get tired? When are you gonna get fed up? When are you gonna say this is enough? It's not cool.
I 100% agree, and I think, like I said, that stems from people going through whatever they're going through. It's like, I think some people, don't get me wrong, some people choose to be toxic and choose to stay in that lifestyle. If you listen to my podcast, I posted a couple weeks ago, the third episode, I was talking about how, like, you really have to just accept people for who they are, because some people actually choose that lifestyle. But I think some people, that's what I was gonna say. Some people go off of what they see. So just like you said with your, if you see your dad feeling this type of way, then you feel like you have to take on that same thing. I feel like it's the same thing. Like if you're in a household and you've always seen your parents argue, you've always argued and bickered with your siblings, or you always had this anger towards your family, for whatever reason, it's like, and nobody sits you down and talks about that. It's like you carry that same thing throughout your life, and
That's what you're gonna do constantly every day.
and you're gonna treat people that way, the way that you've been treated. And I think that trend should stop. It stops in the household. Like it really stops in the household, because if it doesn't, then it's gonna carry out through that person's whole life until they meet somebody that's gonna really humble them and let them know like that is not okay. And if you really feeling like this and you're feeling like you can't really talk to people, and just make sure your circle, as like he was saying, he has a group of friends that he can go to. Make sure, especially if you're really going through a lot, make sure your circle and you're putting yourself with people that are gonna really give you good advice. Separate yourself from those people that are gonna plant negativity and plant, like, if you come to somebody and you're telling them that you've been feeling away, and they give you like the advice to like, well, go fight that person, or this, if they give
Or
you
get back, or that's nah.
separate yourself from those people, because it will really take, like, that will literally take a hold on your mental if you're around those people that are just surrounded by negativity. Like, or if you're in that group, just how about you be that person or be that light to lead those people out of those toxic ways and stuff. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, because guys, this topic is really I feel like we kind of strayed away a little bit, but I just think that Black mental health really needs to be talked about more, because I know a lot of people that are afraid to really say anything because they feel like it's wrong, and I don't think it is. How do you feel about it?
Yes, a lot of people think it's wrong, especially like to get on social media to talk about anything dealing with mental health. First, a lot of people first response is going to be, "Are you okay?" It don't have to be me that we're talking about. It has to deal with the community. I know one of my friends posted something, and everybody was concerned about him, and we all checked on him and made sure he was okay. And we was talking to him, and he was like, "Nobody really asked me if I was okay. Nobody really talked to me until I posted what I posted, or I said what I said." You know, so we have to be more aware of people and how.
Yes, make sure you're checking up on people, because I'm gonna tell you now, it is the people that you wouldn't even expect that could be going through the worst. Like, literally, like, like, have that. If you're the type of person that you've never been around a family oriented group, or you've never really had that strong bond with your family, find those people that you can have that with, so y'all can be able to give that good energy, and help each other out. But really, make sure you're checking up on your peoples, like, and then also, I do want to say, because you got to really look at it from both sides. The people that are like, going through something, and you're like, well, why is it anybody checking up on me? Just remember that just how you're going through things, that those people are, they could be going through the same thing. So just, be patient. But if they're never checking up on you, then okay. But if it's been a while since they have, just give it some time, because or you can reach out to them and see, maybe you guys are going through the same things, and y'all can talk about it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else that you wanted to touch on?
Um, I Let me actually go into my notes about what I was talking about last few weeks ago. Let me see. I don't know when did I write this. I have in my notes why I did this, the topic that we hit on. Why do men hide their emotions? Um, I feel like that needs to be magnified a lot, because a lot of people walk around here, and when is this?
Oh, it's a chair.
No, it's this. That's making that noise.
Oh.
A lot of people walk around here and be like, if I express my feelings to you, and you go tell your friends, "Oh, he know how to express his feelings," da da da, and it get around, and people like to be like, "Oh, this guy, he's soft," or "This guy, he." I don't know. It's I don't know. I don't know how people think, but it always get back around to he's soft, or he's very vulnerable, and it could be sometimes thrown as feminine. It's a lot that goes into us expressing our feelings.
Um, I completely agree because I mean I can't really agree off of like me doing personally, but I can agree off seeing it firsthand, like with maybe somebody I'm talking to, my friend or something like that. I think, well, how should I say this? Like I said, it takes a real person. I don't want to keep saying a man because this is about all black people, but it takes a real person to be able to express their feelings and be able to, you know, have that vulnerability.
Especially about trauma, because
Yes.
because I know I've been through a lot of trauma, and it took me a long time just to tell somebody about the small things that happen in the situation. So be patient with the people that has trauma.
Yes, and if especially if you get like, don't be ignorant. Honestly, I keep it real on this podcast. Don't be ignorant. If you're the type of person, you actually have somebody in your life that is willing to be vulnerable with you, because there's literally, well, hopefully this video gets people to feel more comfortable, but literally there's like slim to no people that are willing to be open. So when you have those people, don't be the ignorant person that's like telling that person's business. Because I know me, when I tell, like, I used to feel like this too. Like when I would tell somebody something and they would go back and tell somebody else about what I said, especially if it was personal, I would feel some type of way, because it's like, you know, you basically lost my trust. And I feel like that's another thing. Trust comes comes into play a lot too. That's why I feel like a lot of men really don't, because I don't know, men are weird. I'm sorry, but I feel like men really like they don't have that trust in a person, especially I guess a female, if they've been through different situations that have shown them. I mean, it's the same thing with females, male, it doesn't matter.
It's kind of like, okay, if I express my feelings to you, and if it's some deep stuff, why would you feel the need to go tell somebody else? That's where trust comes in. So I trust you to, you know what I'm saying, for me to tell you what happened, and I trust you not to tell anybody what happened. So if you do, it plays a big role in the factor of expressing feelings. Trust and expressing feelings go hand in hand.
It does. So just make sure that you're like you said, being patient with people, and also that you're keeping that trust. Like, because it really can take a lot for somebody to open up, because I know me personally, I mean, I'm not gonna say what the person told me, but I was in a situation with somebody, and it's like me, I can see, like, I can see through somebody, and I can see like what they're going through, especially if they tell me, maybe give me a little bit of the story. I can, you know, fish all that out of them. And it really took a while for that person to really open up and become vulnerable enough with me to really tell me everything and really express how they really felt, because it's like they were trying to mask it by like, well, you know, I don't really care, it is what it is, whatever. But I can tell that it was bothering them. So, you know, I was grateful in that moment, even though, anyways, but I was grateful in that moment that they were like vulnerable enough with me to share that with me, and really tell me the complete truth. So, you know, just gotta be like, just don't be ignorant with it. That's what I'm saying. The toxic culture, like, everything comes into play. Like, that toxic culture has to really go. Like, and then at the same, like I said, it starts in the house, but at the same time, it starts with you too, because we're all grown. We know right from wrong. So if you know, like, you should know what you're like, you should have a conscience and a feeling enough to know, like, why am I doing this? Like, I have to stop. Like, this is not
ain't right.
This isn't, yeah, it's not getting me anywhere, you know? So let's stop using it as an excuse. But at the same time, it does stem from the household. Oh, child. This topic is really like a lot. I think I kind of really touched on everything I really wanted to touch on, as far as this topic. But I just want to say, do you have anything else to say?
No.
Guys, if you're watching this and you stayed to the end, but if you didn't stay to the end, I'm gonna put it in the clip, so you're gonna see it anyways. If you're really going through something and it's really taking a toll on your mental, please don't be afraid to reach out to somebody. Yes, like if you're going through something right now, like I'm talking to you, you. If you're going through something, but seriously, if you don't have anybody to talk to, you can DM me. Honestly, my Instagram is it's gonna be right. Oh, sorry, it's gonna be right here, and it's in the description below. Like honestly, like seriously, you can reach out to me, and I mean, I don't want to, I have that open floor, that open door to anybody that I mean, some people gonna be like, I don't know you, girl, but it's okay. Like you don't have to know me because I do want to say one more thing after this, but you don't have to know me to feel like you can come talk to me, because I'm telling you, anything that you're gonna like, I mean, I might not be able to relate fully, but I'll definitely be an open ear, and I feel this is probably the same thing for you too.
Yes, also.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Make sure you just reach out to somebody. Make sure it's not somebody that's on that negative tip, because you don't want that in your ear, because all that's gonna do is just feed them demons. The one thing I did want to say before we actually start closing this video out, this was actually should have been the first top thing. Go to God. Honestly, I don't like go to God and pray about it.
Give it all to Him.
All literally every last
detail,
thing.
Everything.
Every last thing. Go to God and pray. It is okay to pray.
And He's gonna give you the people to talk to, the resources, the guidance. He's gonna give you it all. It's just gonna flow. Go
to God. I'm telling you, seriously, go to God and pray about it and talk to Him about it. Because literally, you can talk to God as if like He is your friend. Talk to God and pray about it. Because all those things, I feel like me, I don't care what nobody say. I have my strong feeling that depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, whatever mental disorder, mental thing that's putting a blockage on your life, that is a demon. Rebuke them demons in the name of Jesus, because I'm telling you, like, I understand like people want to put labels on it, mental disorder. Those are demons. Don't let that conform your life and take over your mental.
Don't let that define who you are.
Yes, don't please, and don't he really just took it up. Because I was about to say, don't use that as a crutch.
Yes, because a lot of people I have anxiety. Because it's okay to let it go.
Just let it go.
Stop claiming it. Stop claiming it.
Yes, stop claiming it. Just because the doctor wrote it don't mean you have it, because that's a demon. I'm telling you.
Give it to God. God, take it away, and God help me.
Oh my goodness, yes. I'm telling you, because I always wanted to say this on a video, but please, because I've always felt like that. Just let it go. And really just give it to God. Let's see what else. It was something else. I think that's pretty much everything.
That's pretty much
okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, his socials and everything will be in the description below, and they will also be on the screen too when I edit it, and you guys can follow me as well. It's the same, like literally everything is APNS podcast on every single platform. I'm not on Facebook. I keep saying I'm on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. But yeah, like I said, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Keep God as your number one focus. I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys tune in for my next segment. Bye.